insane. The new pressure update is coming out in 2 days, and we just got a crazy new trailer. It looks awesome, so let's check it out and analyze every little detail. Now, I'm not usually one to make pressure content, but this trailer looks too good to ignore. And the video is number 34 on trending, so yeah. Without any further ado, let's get into the one and only pressure. The trailer basically starts out by saying, I'm sorry it took so long to get this trailer out, but we've been working very hard. They added a ton of new rooms, which is crazy because Pressure already has so many different rooms. Let's take a look at the new rooms that they showed. There is a small dark room right here that has some weird ceiling pattern. It's got these rafters and what seems to be pallets of wood or little planks of wood laying on top. Not too much else we can see. Then a really long hallway with red walls and a few doors going off to the side. This next room though, I think is going to be an entire new room type. As you can see, it's a locked room that needs a key card and it's a lava room with gas in the inside. We saw something like this at the Hunted event and it could play out similar where we have to deal with oxygen. They said they've improved optimization, but yeah, I don't know about that. This one's really big in my opinion, and it's going to make the ending of the game so much better. There's a new cutscene at the ending instead of it just being the submarine going away. I've always thought that it was a little bit boring just going through so much work and then the submarine just going away without a crazy cutscene. So this is something I'm going to greatly appreciate. The cutscene has you inside of the submarine with red lighting and some weird glowing box. To me it looks like diving gear. I don't know why. Next, there's a brand new game pass called the Deep Sea Buddy, which will let you, I guess, kiss the deep sea bunnies, which originally were just little guys that you could trade with and pet. We see more about this game pass a little bit later. You can also carry them with you, and it looks really cute. And what he just threw the deep sea bunny, which I don't know why you'd want to do that, but I guess it's a feature. Next, inside of this crate, which I never remember you being able to open before, but maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but there's a new item called the defibrillator. Huh? I know what these things are, I just don't know how to pronounce them. And as you can see, he uses it to revive a player with this giant purple orb. Surprisingly, the item doesn't break after the first time using it, though. Then you ride a tram through this cool tunnel and opening up into a giant area. On the walls, you can see the weird, goopy stuff, I'll show a picture of it here, that we've seen other room types of it before. Then they go into a big room where the painter is, and everyone else leaves him, but he stays behind. Walks in through the server rooms and into the door where he finds Painter, in a door that's not actually locked by a keycard. He goes in, and instead of saying destroy, it says rescue. This very well could have some dark meaning towards it, where the painter is actually suffering, and rescue is actually powering it off so it doesn't have to exist. Or there could be some sort of quest where we actually get to rescue the painter, who's normally evil towards us. Now for the best part of the trailer. No questions asked, the music is impeccable. I'll let you watch it. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot to break down here, starting with a new chase from a creature that seems like it's called the Abomination. It's like an underwater seek chase, and it just looks so cool. You can see we're flying super quick through the water with what seems to be some sort of submarine or, I guess, underwater motorcycle it looks like, I don't know. Other than what we're riding on, you can also see a bunch of smaller submarine robots swimming through the water as well, and the monster, which is surprisingly in front of us, which normally is not how chases work, but instead we have to be in front of it. My only theory here is that we have to beat it to the end, because other than that, I don't know why it's in front of us. Anyway, it's some sort of sea creature with a bunch of spikes all over its body and some glowing parts on the side. Next, there's another chase from something called the Firewall, which is literally a wall of fire. The players are going super fast because they have this boost on their back shooting fire, and they can actually go no gravity and walk on walls, which is insane. It's so fast. You can also slide, which is something we've seen in Door's ranked mode, or party mode. There's also this see-through wall thing that gives the player a boost, as you can see with the speed lines on the player's screen. You also jump and do some parkour, which I think is just a cool idea from a chase from a literal wall of fire. Then the first searchlight encounter is actually getting an overhaul. As you can see in this one clip, the searchlight is actually pulling off one of the covers above you, which is something he's never been able to do before, and it'll make it more of a challenge because you have less options of places to hide in. The searchlights actually suck you up into the air a little bit. As you can see, we fall down to the ground after the lights get off of us. Also, you can see what looks like water in the ceiling, which is weird because it seems to just be floating there. But it makes sense so that the searchlights aren't just floating in the sky. Also, they use a sprint to get away from the searchlight, bring it into the air, which could be a new mechanic. Also, the final boss fight gets an overhaul with, once again, more lava and different colored pipes. There's also a lot of green stuff in this shot, not sure what that is. And even a more indoor-looking area to the fight. There we go. Now we know Worth the Wait Part 1 is coming out on June 29th, just a few days away. Also, great news for Sebastian fans because a new plush, or actually the second edition of the Sebastian plush, is coming back permanently. And at the very end of the trailer... What? But that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching all the way to this point. I did have to rush to get this out because the update is coming out very soon. I know it's a lot to ask, but maybe consider subscribing if you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an impeccable day, and goodbye.